That minus 100 from She's a Woman is really, really harsh. Well, all I can do is... Oh, no, it's flipped to her again. It's flickering. I don't like that it's flickering. Stop flickering. Make up your minds and vote for her. The people of the County of Arnhem are finally being converted to the true faith. That's good. Also, we need a new Chancellor. Which we could actually make him, because I have a feeling he's going to have votes.
Raiding party!
So let's do that. Let's improve domestic affairs. Oh no, you want to continue doing this actually. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Drew Durnall, how are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. Hello, hello, hello to all the raiders. How's your game going? I know you were playing this earlier as well. Hello, hello, hello. So we are just nearing the end of our current noble king's life. This is King Later Odium Infiniton of Frisia. And we're trying to establish his second youngest daughter as the newest ruler, basically by fiddling with the succession a little bit. But my nobles keep on voting for my former heir, which was one of my sons. And they keep on flickering. They absolutely detest the fact that she's a woman. So many of them are just not voting for her. Oh, even the women aren't voting for her. What's wrong with you? And who's first? I bet it's my first. Yeah, it's Rylus. So y'all... Oh, Count Sorkva. Let's try swaying you. Because if you're not voting for yourself, you might vote for somebody else. Namely me. Drew got a child with his grandmother. Oh, charming. Can I force some votes through? No, because I don't have any hooks with anyone. Is Drew the worst player? Perhaps, but is he the best observer? Hell yeah. Drew is pretty good at the old observer stuff. Sean, oh Fluffy, Masked Catharsis. Drew is gay. Descartes Shades, Johnny EXE. Niggy Loot, Seductive Hat. Bam Bam, the Eggman. Puff Babal. Jamlex, Whoosh, Wooty Loves Kittens, Solarius, Anarchy Philip, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I see England's making a comeback. I mean, England never truly died. They've just been kind of hanging out and hanging on. And Zillick just got some more martial. Cool. So, what has happened in this game so far? We started as the County of Gotland. This guy up here, just one province minor. We moved from there down to the Jarl of Holland, where we spent like a generation. Eventually got the Jarldom of Flanders, which is simply a bigger version of Holland, basically. Then at that point decided, you know what, we really need a kingdom, because we wanted to try and keep some of our territories together, so we formed the Kingdom of Frisia. And that's where we are now. We did in the process of this give up Gotland. That was a different branch of the family. Sweden is a different branch of the family. Most recently, Gardariki is a different branch of the family. So I'm trying to establish little kingdoms of Mordling all over the place by basically conquering them, then getting one of my children and making them the ruler of that territory. So that's what we're working on at the moment. Gotland has recently been subsumed by Sweden. We did have Denmark for a time as well, but a different Danish ruler came through and took it out. So we'll probably go to war with Klaus at some point to make Denmark into a Mordling territory. We are currently Österu, and as you can see, we are a reformed faith. We have spread ourselves pretty well through Europe. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, a little bit of Russia, though that is going to become a bit more of a holding. The Low Countries, of course, and then, most amusingly, France. And France, I have basically turned into an absolute cluster. Because France was, for a time, by far the strongest state in Europe. They had the entirety of France under a very, very stable regime, and they also had northern Italy, and they were basically impossible to do anything against. But I forget exactly who it was. I think it was Sealand, when I was allied to them, took the county of Suffolk. France declared... No, England or somebody declared war on them to try and take Suffolk back. France was allied to them. I managed to capture the French king, at that time known as Aquitaine. I got the king of Aquitaine to change religion to Ersteru as a condition of his release. And then because they were Ersteru, the Pope immediately declared the First Crusade against Aquitaine, beat them up. I beat them up at the same time because I wanted to take Flanders off of them. This is still when I was the king of... the Earl of Holland. Then immediately after I took Flanders, I flipped sides, joined the Crusade on his side because he was Ersteru. We lost the war. They lost a bunch of prestige. Uprisings began. And then since then, there's basically been a struggle between the Catholics, the Waldesians, and the Ersteru for dominance in France. So the remnants of the Aquitaine monarchy is down in Waldesian. The Ersteru monarchy has been up here in basically what became Anjou, and then the Catholics have been wherever they can get a foothold. And it's been really kind of hilarious, just what happened in France. So the religious chaos I caused in the area has just destroyed the entire state. And it's really been quite good. I've enjoyed that bit. Meanwhile, Catholicism as a whole is not doing great, as you can probably tell. Insula was down to just one state. They had this one state here in Meath, which was the one Irish nation left in the game. The rest of it was conquered by Vikings. But as the Vikings kind of receded a little bit, particularly when the Reformation began between Ersteru and Old Ersteru, Ireland came back in a big way, reconquered the entirety of Ireland, managed to get England to flip, and in fact a lot of Ireland is owned by the King of England, managed to get England to flip to Insula. Alba is like one of the few super... No, he's not anymore. Has Alba finally joined the dark side? Yes! Alba finally joined the dark side. So Scotland, for the longest time, was like the most staunch defender of Catholicism in the world, but clearly they fall into Insula. So Insula is going to be an English stronghold, a British stronghold. Meanwhile, we've got Muwadi in Iberia still fighting against the Catholics and the Walladians. Ibadi is up here. Orthodoxy has spread into North Africa. That is not Byzantine. Those are actually some Islamic states, which I think flipped sides. The African nations have started to consolidate. We do have 2 African reformed nations. One of them is this one, Oresian. And one of them is... No, it wasn't there. It was over here. Waki. So the Somalians also reformed their religion, plus we've reformed our religion. Cabarite is probably one of my favourite stories of this game. So Khazaria has had an absolutely amazing game. So we have an enormous Jewish steppe nomad nation out here in the Russian steppes. It's going to be really interesting when the Mongols appear. Whether the Mongols adopt Judaism, which they might. I don't know. Byzantium's been pretty quiet. The Butsurid, which was the Abbasid dynasty. Guess that... Yeah, that's an Abbasid spin-off. I've done that. There's a bunch of Carling spin-offs over here. So I think West Francia is one. I think Bavaria is one. Lotharingia is definitely one. So yeah, it's been a really interesting game, this one, so far. So you're seducing your way in. No. I'm playing this like a Viking. I raid stuff and I attack stuff. There's been a lot of fighting. I don't really do the intrigue stuff very much. Yeah, France was a good time. I've enjoyed my dealings with the French. So at the moment, my biggest goal, I would say, is spreading the dynasty. So my dynasty is Mordling. So we got Sweden, we got Russia, we got the Low Countries. I'm gonna try and get Denmark as well. And then after that, my ultimate goal, the series is called March of the Vikings because I want to get out into India. So we're eventually going to be probably trying to get a holdout in Iberia, maybe in Africa. I haven't decided whether I want to go via Egypt or via Sahara. The previous time I did this in CK2, I went via Egypt, so this time I might go via Africa. Also, I've never played down here. But yeah, the ultimate objective is to get a Viking stronghold out here in Egypt, or possibly in Burma, seeing as the map goes out that far. So, ambitious, seeing as I've been stuck here in Frisia for 3 generations, but that was mostly just to seed these offshoot dynasties around. But now, I'm trying to secure my dynasty, or my own play, because I've just given, because this guy's getting old, he's 59 now, I've just given all of his titles to his daughter, but his daughter is not his heir at the moment. My vassals keep on flipping their votes. The daughter was solidly the vassal when he owned all of that territory. As soon as I gave it away, the power of his vote went down, and now I'm kind of struggling a little bit. So we might need to go back to a save, because I may have just screwed that up. But I'm going to try and salvage it if I can, simply by bribing people. Although, actually, I'm losing money because I just gave away all of my territory. That might have been a big mistake. It might have been a really big mistake. So, Frisia. Let's sort this by rank. Yes, he's getting a lot of votes at the moment. Because everyone hates the fact that there's a woman on the throne. How dare they? Except for the women. The women are, well, they were voting for her. They're not anymore. Even the women are like, ugh, a woman. If elected, she might go abroad. Why would she go abroad? She's the Jarl of Friesland. No, sorry, the Jarl of Holland and of Flanders. And you're the Count of Arnhem, which is right there. It's a bit weird. So why are you so positive towards her? Culture, family, claim, prowess, dynasty, just, brilliant, virtuous. A lot of people aren't acknowledging the fact that she's virtuous. They should be. Because, and I've been planning for this, we have a remarkably stable nation because of how I reformed the Ersteru faith. So we've got an unrelenting faith, which basically makes our champions stronger. So we're really good at fighting, just generally. All of our people are really good fighters. We've got legalism, which means that if you are virtuous, people are going to like you. If you're sinful, people are not going to like you. And just is now considered a virtue. She has 2 virtues, so according to legalism, this should make it a lot better. Also, electors under an elective succession type are more likely to vote for their choice of liege if the liege is just. He's not just, though. I've just realised that. And then ritual celebrations means that feasts give piety. It also means that feasts give more opinion. Can we have a feast? We can have a feast. Let's have a feast. Send out the invitations. Pass female only law. Can't. We're not feudal. We're still tribal. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright. The feast begins. Mutual spirits. What started out as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Queen Vilja, that's the wife. We spoke all evening about a matter of subjects and all things should have it. We have a lot in common. Really, you have a forming a friendship with the Queen. Alright, whatever floats your boat. She is your queen after all. As the feast is underway and our guests are eating and drinking merrily, Realias, that's our son, approaches Vilja and me at the great table. This is a marvellous feast. All of my compliments to the hosts. Yes, I've done an excellent job, haven't I? I'm arrogant. It's all me. Queen did nothing. What right does Jarl Eskild think that he has a claim to my ideas of warfare are misguided? Claiming that my ideas would break down the moment combat is met. What does he know, really? I'd love a chance to settle this on the battlefield. We're discussing strategy with Eskild, who we've actually been supporting with his strategy ideas. So he dislikes it. Okay. One of the best ways of influencing votes is seduction. Yeah, well, we suck at that. My intrigue is not very high. Oh, actually, one thing I can do, which might help. Let's have you switch to court politics. Away from stewardship, because I don't need the stewarding anymore. I wonder... Do any of these provide buffs to elections? I don't think so. No. Okay. New heir, your daughter. Yeah, see, it fluctuates between her. So Jarl Poznik is the one that we're trying to get voted. But it's so unstable. My guests depart. Until next time. Gain 20 opinion from the next 10 years. I am now a famous reveller. I am known for putting on a damn good party. +3 diplomacy, +2 intrigue. Opinion of revelers +15. So I just need to keep on hosting these parties, and that's basically sure to keep her in power. So I think, yeah, just doing feasts when possible is the way forwards. Do I have an army still raised? I do. Oh yeah, of course, I'm fighting this idiot's war. I thought Kessel was the only thing I had to fight. What else? How are we losing this? War score. We are defending. Oh, your territories are occupied. Where's your capital? Down here. Oh, well, there's your problem, mate. We need to go and take these guys out. Okay, let's go. Compassionate Discord. Moved by my tribulations, Jarl Poznik has offered me her counsel and aid on many occasions, hoping to alleviate the burden of my duties. However, Poznik's attentions have incurred the ire of Jarl Eskild. Poznik cannot be trusted! This is merely a ploy to exploit you, my liege. She's my heir. Poznik becomes my friend. I get a weak hook on Poznik. Eskild becomes a rival. Can the three of us not find a positive ground? Actually, this one, 69% chance, would be a really good outcome. Where I will take heed of your warning, Eskild. Poznik will dislike me, but Eskild will like me more. Fingers crossed. We need this one to succeed. 50 relation with Poznik, 15 with Eskild. And also an increase in diplomacy would be great. Managed to reconcile them. Excellent. So Eskild should now be on side. She's still getting 79 votes. Next in line is getting... I wish this would sort by rank, not relevance. Relevance is irrelevant. Rillias is still getting 43. Eskild's still voting for him. She's not voting for herself. You're right. She is a woman. You mean, I am a woman. Come on, Poznik, vote for yourself. Although she only actually has one vote. Even though she has loads of territory? That's somewhat surprising. And we also have a bunch of powerful vassals which we'll need to resort. Today I'm observing Count Ingolfer as he trains some of his new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob more than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control of the situation, clearly pushed to his limits. While it's never easy to train new soldiers, he seriously needs to do better than this. Teach him what I know about command. Make a decision based on his personality. So he is honest, content, and lazy. Cheer him up after the training is over. Or chastise him for his failure. Well, considering he's content and lazy, giving him a hand is probably what he likes. So we'll teach him what I know. I got a new lifestyle. So we were going to grab King's Guard, which allows us to get some more knights. In fact, doesn't one of these increase opinion? No. Okay. Done. Advice has been accepted. I pull Ingolfer over to one side as he recruits attempt to continue their training. The key thing with training new soldiers is instilling discipline, I tell him. Without that, you'll be unable to depend on them to follow your orders. After I finish, Ingolfer thanks me before strolling back onto the field, where he quickly takes control of the situation. He'll make a better commander now. Gains relations as well. Good. Don't remember who I shouted out already and who I didn't. Solarius, Anarchy Philip, Ranger the Ranger, Nathaniel RK 800, Gnome Garden, The Hidden Bukake Village, Dolphin, Soend Rev, Let Him Live, Scientist Owl, Ya Boy David, Danke Kang, Sonics, and Kazmeta. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I wonder if she gave territories away. I'm going to guess that's what she did. I hope not, because that would be stupid. Nope, she's still got all 6. Interesting. Okay. Hofgod, I celebrated. Greetings, King Leto of Frisia. 2 years ago, you promised to aid me in the Slovenian conquest of... I didn't! I promised the guy that you conquered that I would aid him. I am not allied to you, nor am I in any way affiliated to you. We are not allied. I mean, I would love it if we were, because you're way more powerful. But we are not allied. See? Diplomacy. No alliances with us. I'll send troops to my aid immediately. Chest of gold should make up for my absence. I apologize. I should not have claimed I would help. We're not allied. Bug off. That was a bug. Didn't you marry your son off in that area way back when? Yeah, Mercia. You know... This bit, that was under constant attack, which was conquered by him. While they were fighting against the Pope. The Pope won the war and then Salamids moved in, took Mercia. Then for some reason I got called into that war on his side. It was a weird situation. I still haven't left that war. Let me out! I don't know how you haven't won it yet. I better get that call to arms again in a minute. Why haven't you helped us? Because we're not allied! Spouse aids me in martial... Whoa, 300 lifestyle. Thank you, wifey. Impressive. Do we have any issues? Ah, yes. Vassals. And also, hey, Head of Faith wants to give me money. Who am I to deny you? So, council. We have got 3 powerful vassals on the council. That means we have a couple who are not. Nope, we have a councillor who is not. And she is a freaking amazing at fighting. It is, after all, Posnick. So... that would mean replacing you. What are you good at, Mr. Eskild? You are very, 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 very good at espionage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in charge of this. And then we're going to switch you around as necessary. So who's the best steward? None of you. Well, you're a 7, you're only a 9, so I'm going to have you two swap around. Because she's a heck of a lot better. Marshall, and I love the fact you can just swap people, it's so helpful. And then you are a diplomat. Are you any better at stewarding? You are. 11 and 8. And then steward is 4. So no, that's not a swap. So stewarding and diplomacy will struggle a bit, but martial and intrigue were excellent. And on that note, huzzah! I wonder if there is anyone we should be swaying, because right now we're not doing that. Who has a lot of votes that we might be able to persuade otherwise? Actually, they seem to be getting more and more entrenched. Eskeld of Helra could be. Actually, you probably are. Folky Rickerson of Utrecht. Ah, you really like us, though. You two might be able to be persuaded. Huzzah! Let's start swaying you. Then the other thing I might actually do... Oh, you know what? This is a brilliant plan. Why didn't I come up with this earlier? I need my armies back. Can I have my armies back? Where are they? There you are. Are we starving? We're totally starving. I did not read what that event was. You know what? Just go home. Can't, because we're not in a friendly area. Alright, go up to here, then disband. The White Stag. As the days pass by and I hear nothing but the White Stag, I grow restless. Surely someone must have seen it. What about all the peasants littering the farmlands? Maybe I should appeal to their assistance. Send a missive. Gain stress because we're arrogant. Send Realias. He gets distracted for 10 years. Which is a -1 to all stats, or I will not sink that low. We're going to send Realias. Do it. Because if he's the other heir, him having worse stats is going to make the others not vote for him as much. Class Rumney died, King Class died. One of the wars is just imploding. Victory! So be it. And now I'm still stuck in the never-ending war, which I'm not supposed to be in. What are you even trying to fight for? Do you even know?